actor. Hello, my name is Satchin. I'm a rising junior at Leland High School. To start off Blue Stamp, I started with the starter project, which is the useless machine. So as Kenta explained, it's basically a box where you flip a lever and a robotic arm inside the box flips the lever back into its position, then returns back to its box. You can keep doing that. After I completed that, I worked on my main project, which is the floor cleaning robot. So this is basically a fully autonomous robot that cleans the floor, a hardware floor, with sponges and a brush. I picked this project because it incorporates mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and coding, and it has the potential of improving the lives of people. So here's the demonstration. So first, to be able to program this robot, I made it into 3 states. The first state is where the robot is just moving forward. So we'll keep moving forward until it reaches state 2. State 2 is where it senses an object and it turns a full 180 degrees. So if it keeps on turning 180 degrees for detecting something, otherwise it will go back to state 1 and keep moving forward. Now, if it keeps moving forward, it will turn 180 degrees to the left if it's in state 3. So just like state 2, it will continue turning if it detects something, or it will just move forward back into state 1. So here's how it works. So inside there's a battery pack that connects to a switch, which connects to an Arduino and a motor drive shield. 2 DC motors on 2 of the wheels are connected to the 2 wheels, and there's a swiveling wheel in the back for balance and support. I mounted the ultrasonic sensor in the front so that it can detect something close by and it can be able to turn around. So to be able to use the ultrasonic sensor, I had to connect all 4 of the pins. One of the pins are VCC, which is the voltage power supply. The other one is ground, and then there are 2 more, which are trig and echo. The trig pin is used to emit sound waves from one of the eyes of the ultrasonic sensor, and the echo pin is used to receive the waves after a certain number of microseconds. So I can take that number of microseconds and store it in a variable, and using that time, I can turn it into the distance in centimeters. So for my code, I use the Adafruit Motor Drive Shield Volume 2, which is a library that helps me program these 2 DC motors much more easily. For this project, one of the main challenges was definitely the code, because I had to go through many trial and error to first make the robot run completely straight, then to make the ultrasonic sensor detect something and turn the robot, and then to finally make the robot turn both ways, right and left. Overall, I really enjoyed Blue Stamp, and I hope to do projects like this in the future, because it was a challenge, but it was really a valuable experience, and I learned a lot about state machines and ultrasonic sensors and much more. I also had the experience of working with many tools that I did not have access to earlier, such as the Dremel, which I used to cut all of this wood, and also the soldering machine, which I used to attach it to the circuit board. Thank you. Any questions?
So when you detected and you wanted to turn it, were you moving the little wheels back to actually create the movement?
No, so the swiveling wheel is on its own. The only things that turned was I moved this motor backwards and this motor forwards, so that it just turns.
So you mentioned a state machine. Would you be able to explain to us what exactly that is?
Certainly. A state machine is a machine that has several states, and that it can interchange between those states. And the reason I chose, or the reason to do a state machine, is that it makes it a lot more efficient in coding, and it makes it a lot more easier when drawing out your plan.
So it looks like it has 2 independent motors, is that right? 1 for each wheel. So it sounds difficult to power them exactly the same way to get it going straight. Is that what did you have like control? Like how did you solve that control problem?
Yeah. So one of the motors, it was kind of funny. One of the motors was turning much more faster than the others. So I had to change the speed of it, and the way I did it was I used pulse width modulation, which is something where it goes rapidly from 0, which is the lowest point, to 255, which is the highest spinning point, and it rapidly changes. So for example, if I set it to 123, which is the midway point, it would kind of rapidly change until it got into an even point.
Will you be using this to make your room a lot cleaner?
Hopefully, yes.
How do you plan on modifying this project?
Yeah, so I plan on attaching a vacuum instead of the swiveling wheel to make it much more efficient in cleaning. Another possible modification would be to add an accelerometer, right, which, for example, if the robot were to run in something where the ultrasonic sensor couldn't detect it, if the accelerometer could pick up that the robot isn't moving at all, it could either back up and then turn and restart again, or it could signal the human. It could signal to human to pick up the robot and put it somewhere else.
All right, thank you, Satchin.